Hello, lack of people who are seeing this, and what's this? I got a new sprite! It was not drawn by me, it was drawn by a DeviantArt user named AvalonCat. I will link her in the description, and if there is no sprite, it's because I record on mobile, and I have no idea how to use sprites, like how to put the audio with the sprite, and I'm probably an idiot. Like, you're probably face palming, but I'm on a phone, so I'll probably figure it out. And if there is a sprite on the screen, then ignore this whole banter. But today I'd like to talk about what is a Quadomni god? Now, I made up the term, but I did not make up the concept. And why can it not exist? Now, a Quadomni god is a being who is I'm going to botch this. Omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent, and omnipresent. Now, I'm sure most of the people who are watching this, if they are atheists, know that this can't exist because they're suffering if they're omnibenevolent and omnipotent. Now, I've heard many religious people say that, oh, he's making them stronger. Well, if he's omnipotent, he can make them stronger with all of the suffering bullshit. Your argument fails. Now, I know that's a straw man, but I have heard people say that. And now, another reason that the Quadomni god proposed by most religious people can exist is because would an omnibenevolent god put people in hell? Now, don't even come at me with the you put yourself in hell. You choose because he gives you free will. No. He puts people in hell. And that is unjust because there is no crime that is infinitely bad. But hell is eternally bad, is eternal torture. That is an infinite punishment for a finite crime. What's the worst crime anyone's ever committed? What is the worst thing anyone has ever done? Let's just use Hitler as an example. At the Holocaust, I'm not saying it was a good thing. It was horrible. It was one of the most horrible things to happen in history. And I can hardly believe that anyone went through it. But as bad as that was a finite crime. Now, that deserves Hitler deserves a lot of punishment. But he does not deserve infinite punishment. Because no crime is infinite. Now, the amount of people that were killed or tortured in the Holocaust is a very big number, and I don't know the exact number, but it is a finite number. There's some number, and that number is finite. So, you cannot justify infinite punishment because nothing can be infinitely bad. And yet, the god is sending people to hell despite being a Quadomni being. Now, if any YouTuber or anyone else is seeing this, I'm not going to say that Quadomni is my thing. I encourage people to use Quadomni so they don't have to say omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent, omnipresent, because that's a mouthful. Just say Quadomni. And yeah, but I would like, if you use it, I'm not saying you have to credit me, but if you do, I would so much appreciate it. That's English. I would so much appreciate it if you did, because I have almost no subscribers, and if anyone else uses this term and then link to my channel in the description, I would appreciate that so much. So much. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna claim the term. I'm not gonna say you have to give me $10 to use. No, it's fine. You can use it. You don't have to credit me. But, yeah. And also, if the Quadomni being, I'm mainly talking about Christianity here. The Quadomni being proposed by Christianity made the devil. And if he's omnipotent, he can get rid of the devil. He can get rid of Satan because he's omnipotent, and yet he doesn't. And if people say you go to hell because of Satan's influence over you, or you're bad because of Satan's influence over you, and then you go to hell because of that, that's stupid, because he can get rid of Satan. Also, he has the power to give us free will, but not want to do bad things that would send us to hell. And also, he sends perfectly good people, according to many Christians, he sends perfectly good people who just don't accept Jesus into their hearts to hell. So that's not omnibenevolent. Also, the very concept of omnipotence is a paradox, because could God create a stone so heavy that even he couldn't lift it? If yes, then he couldn't then he couldn't lift the stone, so he's not all-powerful. If no, then he couldn't create the stone, so he's not all-powerful. Either way, a Quadomni God cannot exist. Now, I'm not saying a God cannot exist. I'm saying a Quadomni God cannot exist. If you believe in a God that just created the universe, but isn't Quadomni, like doesn't have the power to, solve all of the problems, or isn't all good, then fine. I'm not going to argue against that. I can't argue against that and be right, depending on what exactly the parameters of it is. But I can say the Quadomni being proposed by Christianity is bullshit. It is bullshit 100%. Anyway, thank you for watching if you've made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Norami the Canine, aka Pomegranate the Rainwing. Goodbye!